Good morning, Tobago. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawn.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. And ooh, I like your style. Ooh, you make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. They say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again, all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in my eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. But now you beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. Ooh, I like.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, a festival of dancing, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Dance in with DNA, our 11th edition, Saturday, July 6th at 5 p.m., Shore Park Cultural Complex. Featured in this year's lineup, Assemblyman Trevor James, Mrs. Petal Daniel-Benoit, Mrs. Diane Baker Henry, Miss Davia Chambers, Miss Leslie Ann Ellis, and Miss Shenell Dempster. Limited early bird tickets. Adults $150. After party only $100. Children pay $75 at the door. You don't want to miss this one. Get your tickets early from Dance Ensemble class members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford 24 Gas Station Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, contact Nikisha White at 772-9049 or Nelisa Dick 340-5758.
There you have it, viewers. As you can see, I mean, I don't know about you, but those smiles were very contagious this morning. I couldn't help but smiling while watching. Now, as you can already tell, we're talking about dancing with the Caribbean stars. And I have a wonderful episode as I have a table full of guests this morning. This morning, I have the privilege of speaking with Miss Nidra Stewart, who is the secretary of the Dance Ensemble, as well as Keith Johnson, who is a head tutor. Very familiar faces to you here in Tobago, as well as you in our global audience. We have Assemblyman Trevor James, as well as our minority councillor, Petal Daniel-Benoit. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. This morning, we're talking about this Dance Sport Championship, which is the 11th edition, and we are here in Tobago, and we have a cast of local celebrities. This morning, Mrs. Stewart, tell us a bit about how far the competition has come and what we can expect from this year's edition.
Okay. The Dance Sport Championship is in its 11th year, as you mentioned. It started first as an in-house competition, and it has evolved into what it is today. So we went from just having it in our class setting in one of the schools that we usually have classes, and now it's at the Shore Park Cultural Complex.
Excellent. And it's not just a Tobago Dance Star competition, it's Caribbean-wide. Tell us about your reach throughout the region and why it's important for you to not only be local, but to engage stars from throughout the region for this competition.
Okay, it is geared primarily to encouraging social and competitive dancing throughout Tobago, but we have also reached out to our Caribbean neighbors, especially those that are IDT affiliated, that's the International Dance Teachers Association. But for now, we have only had buy-in from groups in Trinidad, but hopefully one day we'll have those from the other Caribbean islands taking part as well.
Okay, and Mr. Johnson, tell us about the preparation for this event. Is it very similar to the American version of Dancing with the Stars, where the dancers are paired with a professional?
Yes, very much so. Good morning again. My name is Keith Johnson. What happens is that we engage the celebrities and we have practice sessions with them. We try to break the step down little by little, you know what I mean, and encourage them to dance. We try to motivate them. And at times it is challenging, but eventually we get over it.
All right, and I'm coming straight over to you, Mrs. Benoit. Tell us what motivated you to participate in the event, and when you were asked to be a part of it, what was the reaction that you had?
Well, for me, I was approached to be a part of this sometime before, but I was a bit hesitant. And I thought it was something that I should consider. Right. So when I was approached this year, I said, let me take the opportunity to participate. And so far, the experience has been really wonderful. And I am happy that I decided to participate this year and say yes to being a part of the competition.
Okay, and what has the response from your family been like, knowing that you're about to be a part of this dancing competition? And do you have a history in dance?
The response has been great from my family. Several members of my family has attended the rehearsal sessions, and they critique from my son to my husband, and they will give the advice of, "Mommy, you're not doing this too well," or "Mommy, you need to improve on this," and it has really been heartwarming. So I really do appreciate the support from my family. In terms of me dancing, I love to dance. So my first experience was at secondary school. A teacher saw myself and another student and encouraged us to participate in a similar dance ensemble competition for secondary schools. No real dance history, and we just entered and we did well in that competition. So I enjoy dancing. I'm not a professional dancer, but it's just something that, suits me and allows me to be calm in times of stress.
Excellent. And over to you, Assemblyman Trevor James. Now we're seeing you in a very light, image compared to when we are usually seeing you as assemblyman and as secretary on a more serious note, very professional. But now you have decided to be a part of this competition. What has been the support like from your family, and what is your dance history?
Well, good morning, Tobago. My history, I started to dance at school as well. I used to be part of Dance Ensemble as a younger man. I gave those days up many, many moons ago. So when I was asked, I thought about it for a while and eventually agreed to do it. In terms of the support and the experience, well, in my family, it's a busy life, but I have tacit support. I go home and I practice the steps and show them the steps and go on YouTube and get advice and say, well, you should do this or that or the other. But it's been a good experience thus far, and I look forward to Saturday night.
All right, and what about the staff at the division? Are they looking forward to seeing their secretary as a dancer as opposed to their boss?
Well, I'm hopeful that the auditorium will be filled and there'll be a lot of people with flags there waving me on and cheering me on.
Right.
Because I need all the help I can get. But yeah, I think people are looking forward to see how I go, to see that change out. It'll be a good experience to see me in a different light.
So you have extended the invitation to members of your division to come out and support their secretary?
I have those who are closer to me, but I'm sure after today, it will be filled out.
All right. And tell us about how willing are persons to participate, because I can anticipate that persons are, a bit shy, or even if they do have a dance history, it may not be in a professional capacity, like Petal would have indicated. What have you done to persuade individuals to really put themselves forward for this competition?
It has been challenging at times to get persons to come forward, but every year we get at it and we eventually get the amount of persons that are willing to take part. Sometimes people, tend to be shy and they, are worried they don't have any dance history, but that's what our tutors are there for. They are professionally qualified and they will guide them to being what they are. Yeah.
Right, and I see that you have a star-studded cast, but you have taken individuals from all different sectors of Tobago, which is quite important, and it can be applauded because we see that you have even my former administrator, Mrs. Diane Baker-Henry, we have Calypsonian Leslie Ann Ellis, we see Let's Talk Tobago host and one of my colleagues, Davida Chambers, as well as a musical artist, Shenell Dempster. Tell us about this cast and why this is going to present a very interesting dance ensemble competition this year.
The cast, as you said, are from all different sectors of Tobago, and which is something that we always do. Every year we have a cohort that is from all sectors of Tobago. So you're going to get that flooding of
Different areas.
persons coming to see the show, supporting all these persons, backing these persons, yeah.
All right. But one thing, I haven't seen any sportsmen or women on the cast. Is it that they're shying away from this? This is a call to you guys. We have a lot of national athletes and local athletes here in Tobago that should be a part of the competition. We want to extend our invitation to you for the next time around. And who knows, maybe you might see me on the cast next time. Possibility.
Sure, what you're willing.
Well, Mr. Johnson, tell us about how it has been practicing, and tutoring the group. I know that they have individual tutors, right? But how has the progress been coming along?
Well, when you start out, first the beginning, people shy away from the dancing. But you really understand that as long as you can walk, you can dance. We are Afro West Indian. We have the rhythm in us. It's just to harness that and to bring it out. So if you operate with normal action, all you want to do is just put that rhythm into it and just bring that out. So you have to just give them that motivation and over. You want to run back at your time when you started and say how it was. Because I had explained to some of these stars. When I started to dance, some of the ladies used to run away from me because I used to mash their feet and so.
Right.
But my father used to be a dance tutor. But at one time you might get a problem to dance. But it's just to encourage them. You understand? Interact with them and give them that support step by step and bring that through.
So, Mr. Johnson, what about people like my partner who has no rhythm at all? How do I get him into the dance? Like, how do I get him to come with me and compliment me as opposed to mashing my feet at this point?
Well, first the beginning, they say where the ladies are, the men will come, right? By the time you start coming to this class, he will want to come, right? So from the time you come and you start get the little dance and stuff, when you go home, you could show him a little 2 little step. But at the end of the day, when he come and you see other people there, that this person can dance like this, I never know this person can dance. That and all is motivation for him to come.
Right. So outside of the Dancing with the Caribbean Stars competition, how are you engaging dancers throughout the year?
Well, we are involved in schools, right? We have Melissa Dick, we have Ms. Nidra Stewart, and we have teachers. They are starting from that program. I also involved with the Methodist School club. So they have children doing dancing from early o'clock. We filter them into the exams, because we have International Dance Teachers Association dance exams coming up. So we filter these children, because remember, although we are nowhere without children, right? And we have to invest in the young ones. And that is what we do. We start from the early age. We had a competition earlier, a couple of years ago with the schools, and we tried to see if we could bring back that competition. It's just that a little challenging with so many tutors who work in and sponsors and all of that. But we really try to get that on board. And besides, we work with the physically challenged children at Bunnock Hall and stuff. And we work, graduation that just finished here, we work with children from the Buku schools and all the different schools to have them back in power and give them that encouragement to get into the dancing fraternity.
Right. And before we wrap up this morning, I want to hear from Minority Councillor Petal. Tell us, are you ready for the competition? Do you feel ready? Are you nervous? What's the feeling like? And encourage Tobagonians to come out and support the event.
I am ready. I'm a bit nervous, as with any other competition, but I am ready. We have been practicing for some time, and I think we are ready to take on all our competitors. So I want to encourage all of Tobago, all of Trinidad and Tobago to come out and support this initiative of the Dance Ensemble. It promises to be a really entertaining and spectacular evening, so come out and support.
Right, and this event is taking place on July the 6th at 5 p.m. at the Shore Park Cultural Complex. And Mr. James, Assemblyman James, tell the people, are you ready? Are you coming away with the trophy?
Well, my partner won last year.
Oh, okay.
And I don't intend to break that winning streak. I'll be ready on Friday. We will crescendo. We've been training and practicing, and I think I'm not ready today, but by Friday I'll be ready.
I do hope so. Okay, and Mrs. Stewart, tell Tobagonians why it's important for them to be a part of this competition as we wrap up this morning.
All right, but just to add as well, this segment of the championship is just one segment. We also have competition in ballroom and Latin dancing for regular folks, regular dancers, and even line dances as well, right? So it's very important for you to come out and see the talent that Tobago has to offer. Come out and support your stars. There are competitions among children as well. So that's the Dancing with Caribbean Stars is just one segment of the championship.
Excellent. Well, you heard it here, guys. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with lots more conversation this morning. Make sure that you are a part of this Dancing with the Caribbean Stars as a part of the Dance Ensemble Tobago. And this is their 11th edition, and this is taking place on July the 6th, again, at 5 p.m. at the Shore Park Cultural Complex. And this is something that you don't want to miss. Take your friends, take your family, come out and have fun. See you soon, guys.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, a festival of dancing, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Dance in with DNA, our 11th edition, Saturday, July 6th at 5 p.m., Shore Park Cultural Complex. Featured in this year's lineup, Assemblyman Trevor James, Mrs. Petal Daniel-Benoit, Mrs. Diane Baker Henry, Ms. Davia Chambers, Ms. Leslie Ann Ellis, and Miss Shenell Dempster. Limited early bird tickets. Adults $150. After party only $100. Children pay $75 at the door. You don't want to miss this one. Get your tickets early from Dance Ensemble class members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford 24 Gas Station Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, contact Nikisha White at 772-9049 or Nelisa Dick 340-5758.